dusty road. Good compost, I've got a truckload. And when you get it, you grow something. So don't worry, I'm coming. I'm a soil man. I'm a soil man. I'm a soil man. I'm a soil man. Now, Medina, Minerva's garden is gonna give you the dirt on dirt.
This is a before picture of the fire pit, and it was well loved and well used by our neighbors. They were getting rid of it, and I asked if we could have it, and they graciously gave it to us. And we're going to turn this piece of old garden furniture into a focal point for the backyard. Now here's the before shot of the flower bed, really in sad shape. There's a lot of good plants that are in this bed that can be reused, but oh my gosh, there were so many weeds. The golden creeping jenny had just run rampant, and the lamb's ears, and so we needed to get it back into shape. Here's a shot of the new bed in progress. We've gotten rid of the weeds and a great deal of the golden creeping jenny, and it's starting to show a little promise. We placed bricks in the dimensions of the fire pit to show us just how much room the finished project was going to take up in the flower bed. And this helps us to figure out where we're going to put the plants. And here is the new focal point in the backyard. From fire pit to focal point, no kidding. So it sat in the backyard for a winter. And I looked at it, and it was ugly. And I looked at it some more. And finally I came up with this idea. It's a separate plant stand that I got for about $9 last year and turned into a bird bath. Just put a little saucer in the top. And I decided to add a little height to this fire pit. I filled the fire pit, I lined it with plastic, and then I filled it with potting soil. And then put the bird bath on top. And this is it in its before state, and we'll see what it looks like after it's planted. And here is the fire pit turned into a focal point. I just really like the way that it came out. Let's move a little bit closer here so you can see a little bit more. The fire pit is filled with succulents, a variety of succulents, also coleus, and some black mondo grass in the back. I've put a couple of solar lights in, and I just think it looks really fun. The top saucer is filled with water so birds can come if they'd like to. We're going to come in a little bit closer so you can see some of the other plants. Here's a side shot of this new bed and the new fire pit planter. I don't know if you can see him, there's a hummingbird. He took off. Okay, I decided to fill in the back with things that I had around the garden. These beautiful foxgloves are blooming now. I've had these for years, and they just reseed everywhere, and so I had lots of little foxglove babies, so I just transplanted them in the back there. We also, I got a couple of new plants. I got a purple lupin, some cup and saucer plant, that little guy there in the front. That's a Stella d'Oro daylily, going to be blooming in the summertime. And I just filled in with a few zinnias, a snapdragon, just a few little odds and ends that I had that I'd started myself. Here's a look at some of the succulents that are growing in here. Of course, we've had nothing but rain, which is not exactly ideal for succulents, but hey, they're surviving so far, so it's okay. Lots of different pretty ones, though. Behind that is a sunshine blue blueberry that has a bunch of little tiny green blueberries that'll be getting ripe as the season progresses.
Bye.